Most men, when confronted with adversity, crumble under its weight. They retreat into self-pity, drowning in sorrow, or grasp for comfort in the form of attention, validation, or distraction. They want a world to notice their pain, to comfort them, to carry them through their storms. But the Sigma male, cut from a different cloth, responds to hardship not with collapse, but with cold, deliberate transformation. He doesn't just suffer in silence. He thrives in it. Silence to him is not a void, it's a crucible. While the average person sees pain as something to avoid or escape, the Sigma male approaches it like a surgeon with a scalpel. He dissects it, studies every fiber, and understands it until it becomes a tool, one that sharpens his focus, strengthens his resolve, and elevates his purpose. This approach isn't born from surface-level self-help slogans or empty motivational speeches. The Sigma male does not lean on inspirational quotes pasted over scenic backgrounds. He doesn't pour his past out in therapy rooms, nor does he broadcast vulnerability as a badge of honor. Instead, when trauma knocks, he opens a door, invites it to sit, and interrogates it. He explores the mechanics of his suffering with ruthless objectivity, not for catharsis, but for construction. He isn't just looking to cope, he's planning a reinvention. And according to behavioral psychology, this intense internal processing of trauma leads to what's known as adaptive resilience, a psychological evolution where pain isn't just survived, but converted into strength. The Sigma male pushes even further. His pain doesn't merely make him stronger, it changes his identity entirely. This isn't some romantic tale of turning heartbreak into a side hustle. There's no cinematic montage of crying, rising, and succeeding. No neatly packaged comeback story. What happens instead is far more raw and unnerving. A quiet, calculated transformation. The Sigma male doesn't emerge from adversity desperate to prove anything to the world. He doesn't care about applause or acknowledgement. He's not driven by revenge or recognition. He's driven by evolution. He becomes a force that others never saw coming. A man forged not through external validation, but through solitary reconstruction. His trials become blueprints. His scars become armor. And his silence? That's where the real alchemy happens. So how does this transformation occur? What are the precise mental frameworks and strategies Sigma males use to alchemize their suffering into strength, their heartbreak into clarity, and their silence into dominance? That's what we're about to explore. A deep dive into the psychological mechanisms behind the most terrifying evolution of the Sigma male. Not because he needs to rise, but because he refuses to stay broken. One, greatness is revenge, the silent uprising. For most people, revenge is a reactive storm, a burst of angry messages, dramatic confrontations, or impulsive actions designed to make someone else feel their pain. But Sigma males reject these theatrics entirely. They understand that true power doesn't need a spotlight or an audience. Instead, they choose a far more potent form of retribution, greatness achieved in silence. When betrayed, underestimated, or insulted, Sigma males don't scream for justice, they disappear. They don't fight for attention or validation. Instead, they go silent, not out of defeat, but because they're too busy building something so monumental, so undeniable, that their very existence becomes the answer to every insult ever hurled their way. In the stillness of their retreat, while their critics gloat or move on, Sigma males are laying brick upon brick of their empire. There are no social media posts announcing their return, no emotional breakdowns seeking sympathy, just a quiet grind of progress. And by the time the world looks up again, the man they once mocked has become a towering force of success and self-mastery. He doesn't rise to prove anyone wrong. He rises because it's who he's become. Their revenge is not personal, it's evolutionary. Sigma males play the long game. They don't waste energy on petty wins or short-term validation. Instead, they let time speak. Each new achievement, each goal conquered, is a silent rebuke to those who once doubted them. They don't clap back, they level up. The very pain meant to destroy them becomes rocket fuel. They harness betrayal and rejection not to retaliate, but to refine. And by the time old enemies return, hoping to engage the man they once knew, they find someone transformed. A man who doesn't argue, doesn't justify, and no longer exists within the same frequency. Sigma males don't compete, they dominate. Not loudly, but absolutely. 2. Emotional pain is a lie detector, the unfoolable mind. Sigma males don't emerge from hardship weaker. They emerge sharper. Having walked through the fires of betrayal, manipulation, and heartbreak, they develop more than just a strong character. They develop an internal guidance system so finely tuned, it borders on psychic. But it's not magic, it's pattern recognition. Every moment of pain they've experienced has become a data point, and now they read people not with naive hope, but with razor-sharp discernment. Compliments that arrive too quickly, kindness that feels performative, or smiles hiding subtle motives. They catch them all. This is a mere gut instinct. It's a neurological upgrade earned through emotional war. Sigma males learn to skim people in seconds, often before a single word is spoken. They observe the tension in tone, the delay between word and intention, the micro behaviors that betray hidden motives. They've been hurt before, and that pain became their professor. Now, they no longer react emotionally to deception. They simply recognize it. When Sigma males detect manipulation or dishonesty, they don't confront it with accusations or drama. They disengage quietly, cleanly, and completely. There's no need for a scene, no demand for an explanation. They've learned that real power lies in surgical detachment. By the time the manipulator realizes something has changed, it's already too late. The door is closed, and it's not reopening. Pain hasn't made them bitter. It's made them brilliant. They don't fear people, but they don't idolize them either. Their trust isn't destroyed. It's evolved into a filter, so precise that only the real can pass through. No amount of flattery, fake vulnerability, or charming deceit can bypass it. The Sigma male's mind has been hardened through experience, and now it operates like a lie detector that never powers down. They don't accuse, they just know. And once they see the truth, they never unsee it. 3. Private suffering, the crucible of greatness. Sigma males long ago abandoned the need for applause. They understand profound truth that most never grasp. True transformation doesn't happen under lights and applause. It happens in the unseen, brutal darkness. While many people seek an audience for their pain, posting curated quotes, sharing struggles for sympathy, or turning suffering into performance, Sigma males move in the opposite direction. They don't want their battles broadcasted or their hardship romanticized. They want to emerge different, forged by solitude, not celebrated for surviving. Their suffering is not performance. It's a crucible. It happens late at night, behind closed doors, in the silence of uncertainty and the weight of self-doubt. There is no one to cheer them on, no one to affirm their progress. And that's exactly how they like it. For Sigma males, greatness is not about being seen. It's about being undeniable. They endure the lonely hours, the mental battles, the invisible grind, not to impress others, but because they've made a vow to themselves to evolve no matter the cost. This grind isn't glamorous. It's cold, repetitive, and isolating. But for the Sigma male, doubt, pressure, and isolation aren't enemies. They are essential ingredients. These are the sharpening stones against which they hone their mind, will, and discipline. While others retreat into comfort or distractions, Sigma males lean into discomfort. They embrace the internal furnace of growth that few have the courage to enter. They emerge not with applause, but with power. And they don't seek recognition, awards, or even understanding. They've already accepted the real price of becoming exceptional. Loneliness, silence, and a suffering that no one will ever see. And that's exactly where they thrive. 4. Rejection as a blueprint for independence. To the average man, rejection is devastating. It feels like failure, like proof of inadequacy. But to the Sigma male, rejection is something else entirely. A lesson, a blueprint, a catalyst. When a Sigma male is denied, dismissed, or excluded, he doesn't chase acceptance or beg for a seat at the table. He steps back, studies the reasons, analyzes the structure that casts him out, and then builds something entirely his own. Where others see closed doors, Sigma males see opportunities for self-sovereignty. This principle, self-sovereignty, is the bedrock of their mindset. They don't operate by asking for approval. They operate by creating new systems, new models, new paths. Rejection doesn't push them into despair. It pushes them into design. They identify the weaknesses and blind spots in the system that rejected them, and then engineer something superior. And they don't shout about it. They just do it quietly, relentlessly. By the time the people who once overlooked them come back around, hoping to re-engage. They find the Sigma male has already outgrown their relevance. He's moved beyond their influence, beyond their structures. Rejection didn't hold him back. It freed him from needing permission. It taught him that validation is a cage, and that real power comes from being ungovernable. To the Sigma male, rejection isn't a wound. It's an invitation to ascend. And once he rises, the very people who once said no are no longer even visible from the heights he's reached. Because for him, rejection is never the end. It's the blueprint for reinvention. 5. Emotional austerity, the economy of energy. Sigma males operate with a deep understanding of value, not just in money or status, but in emotional energy. After experiencing betrayal, manipulation, or emotional burnout, they develop a kind of internal austerity. They no longer give freely what was once exploited. Their time, their attention, their presence. Every interaction becomes intentional. Their emotional landscape becomes minimalistic, efficient, and guarded, not from bitterness, but from wisdom. They know that the most powerful currency they possess is their energy, and like any rare resource, it must be allocated with discernment. Gone are the days of over-explaining themselves to people who never truly listened, oversharing with those who only took without giving, and overextending themselves in the name of acceptance. Sigma males adopt what can only be described as a minimalist mindset. They speak less, observe more. They withhold judgment, but also withhold access. Loyalty is no longer assumed. It must be proven through consistent action, not words. And if that loyalty is broken, there is no dramatic fallout or emotional scene. There is simply removal. Quiet, clean, complete. This isn't driven by hatred or malice. In fact, Sigma males don't waste time hating anyone. It costs too much energy. They simply recalibrate their circle. If someone violates their trust, they don't try to fix it. They don't chase, argue, or give second chances. They disengage. Their emotional world becomes an exclusive space, reserved only for those who have earned their place through authenticity, loyalty, and depth. This refined economy of energy ensures they remain focused, efficient, and untouchable. 6. Becoming the consequence, the ultimate payback. While most people fantasize about revenge through confrontation or retaliation, Sigma males pursue something far more devastating, becoming the consequence. They don't wait for apologies that may never come. They don't try to make others feel their pain. Instead, they ascend. Quietly, steadily, and without looking back, they become so evolved, so elevated, that those who once took them for granted are left behind, staring at a version of the Sigma male they can no longer touch, understand, or access. There are no warnings, no declarations of intent. Sigma males don't waste time telling people they're cutting them off or glowing up. They just do it. Their life itself becomes a final word, the undeniable evidence of their resilience. Every level they rise to becomes a mirror held up to those who once underestimated them. And what that mirror reflects is regret. This evolution is irreversible. By the time the people who wronged them realize what they've lost, it's already too late. The Sigma male isn't interested in revenge because he has no need for it. His very existence becomes a living indictment, a quiet testimony to the fact that the best revenge isn't about payback, but about becoming untouchable. He is no longer part of the same world as his detractors. Their opinions, their presence, their regret, it means nothing, because the Sigma male didn't just move on, he leveled out of reach. True payback isn't rage. It's rising so far that your success becomes a silence they have to live with. Final thoughts. The Sigma male's unbreakable code. For the Sigma male, pain is never the end of the story. It's the ignition, while others allow adversity to break them. To define them, Sigma males transform under its weight. They don't follow the conventional path of healing that seeks closure, validation, or emotional support. Instead, they weaponize their wounds. Every betrayal becomes a lesson in strategy. Every rejection becomes fuel for self-evolution. And every scar becomes a symbol of reconstruction, not weakness. In their world, suffering is not something to escape. It's something to master. Unlike the many who are eager to return to comfort, to old patterns, to familiar spaces that once hurt them, the Sigma male never goes back. There is no reunion with what once broke him. There is only forward motion, unapologetic, unannounced, and unstoppable. His growth isn't loud. It isn't shared online. And it doesn't come wrapped in motivational language. It's hidden deep beneath the surface, forged in quiet, private moments when no one is watching. It's ruthless. It's disciplined. It's real. By the time the world starts to notice his rise, by the time people look up and realize something has changed, it's already too late. The Sigma male has already crossed a threshold that few can follow. He had become unrecognizable, no longer tethered to the versions of himself that others once knew or tried to control. His silence is no longer a void, it's a boundary. His pain is no longer a burden, it's armor. And his transformation is no longer a goal, it's a fact. The Sigma male's code is simple yet profound: never break, always build. In his silence lies power, in his pain lies clarity, and in his solitude lies a kind of strength that can't be taught, only earned. He doesn't just survive his battles. He becomes something entirely new through them, something untouchable, unshakable, and undeniably formidable. Do these ideas resonate with you? If you found yourself nodding along or reflecting deeply on the traits and experiences we explored in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The Sigma male mindset isn't often talked about openly in your perspective. Whether you identify with it personally or have encountered in others, adds valuable depth to the conversation. Drop a comment below and let me know which part hit home the most for you. Have you seen these traits in yourself or someone you know? Your insights help build a community where authenticity and growth are prioritized over popularity and performance. If you're drawn to this kind of introspective, no-nonsense content around Sigma males, psychological strength, emotional intelligence, and high-value living, there's more waiting for you. Explore the other videos on this channel for deeper dives, actionable insights, and raw truths that cut through the noise. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay grounded, and stay unapologetically real. Until next time.